All right, there you go. Just a little delay. So today I'm going to be talking about the Fetts, the Boba Fett and Jango Fett, how amazing they are, and just their characters in general. So Jango Fett is the one in the prequel trilogy. He wears it's the bluer Mandalorian armor, blue and silver. We're introduced to him in the second movie as and then he dies, but he's only in the second movie. But he's kind of the antagonist, I guess you could say. He hires the bounty hunter to kill Padme, and then he kills that bounty hunter, then leads on the chase scene all the way to Kamino, where he fights Obi-Wan, and then fast forward is tracked to Geonosis, which leads Obi-Wan to Geonosis, which leads him to get captured. And then big fight, Jango dies, Boba picks up his helmet, puts it against his head, and Boba Fett is created from there. Fast forward into the original trilogy, and then there's Boba Fett, and Boba Fett is trying to think if he's. I don't think he's in episode. No, he is. He's in episode 4. He doesn't say anything. He's told no disintegration. Side note: it's a widely accepted theory that Boba Fett was actually the one that killed Luke's parents because their bodies were disintegrated, or they were left. They're just burned skeletons. Why would stormtroopers set fire to the house? Doesn't really make sense. Boba Fett, on the other hand, kind of makes more sense. He's a bounty hunter. Disintegration, told not to do that. Makes a little more sense. He's seen again in the fifth movie, not the seventh, the fifth movie, and trying to. So in the fifth movie, we see him. Wait, is it the fifth movie? I'm trying to get my movies right, because it all jumbles together into just one timeline. But thinking about the movies, anyways, so we see him again on Tatooine. Or we see him in Cloud City, and he's picking up Han Solo. And then he picks up Han Solo and runs away with him and takes him to Jabba. And then he's in Tatooine, and he's kind of Jabba's big number one bounty hunter guy. And he's cool, and he doesn't really talk much at all. And then he gets eaten by the Sarlacc, which you know in I don't think in canon it ever changed, but in the Legends, which is not canon, he actually survived and got out. Total badass. But that's the only real story we have of them. They don't say much, and they don't really do too much. But they're beloved, and they've got this cool mask design, and the clones are kind of based off them, which is cool. But just in canon, they're they're hyped up. So Jango Fett and Boba Fett are legendary bounty hunters that we don't get to see do a lot of legendary things. We do see Jango defeat Obi-Wan, and probably would have at least survived if his jetpack hadn't been broken during the fight on Geonosis, which was unlucky for him. Jango Fett's got a game. I've played that a little bit. It's fun. The legends for the Jango Fett and Boba Fett are super cool, really enjoyable. And we see Boba Fett in the Clone Wars, which is nice. And I don't know if anybody's ever read. Boba Fett's got a book series, not canon, but just really good read, and it's kind of for teens and kids, but it's a good book. But I mean, yeah, like when I think going like you see the Mandalorian coming out, they're kind of playing off that. I want to see kind of main character adopt the look. They're just so it's such a badass look. That kind of armor and just with the headgear, the jetpack, it breathes badass. Like you just think that guy means business. And I like the Django, the dual wielders. It's just so cool. They're just so amazing. Just the design and the way it all played out. You know, the characters are awesome, and we don't have a character like that in the sequel trilogy. Just saying. We have the Knights of Ren. that we haven't seen for some reason. But it'd be nice to see someone return to that role as a kind of badass. That's what Django and Boba really were. They were just this space bounty hunter badass guy who had a jetpack, and Boba had Boba. I don't think Boba ever used the rockets. Django used rockets a lot, but they're just badass dudes. This has been a short topic because there's not much to expand upon, but I'm excited for the Mandalorian. It looks super cool, looks badass. It's the only reason I'm really gonna get Disney Plus. But yeah, thanks for stopping by for the short one. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're gonna be talking about the huge announcement from today that the directors slash writers for the prequel trilogy that was going to be put out for Star Wars were the guys who made the beginning of Game of Thrones are no longer going to be working on the prequel trilogy, which is devastating news. If I'm honest, I was kind of excited to see what they were going to do. But we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Until then, have a good night. Peace.